What if I told you that hidden deep within the emerald heart of Borneo lies a land that most of the world has never heard of, yet it holds some of the most breathtaking rivers, ancient forests, indigenous traditions, and untold stories in all of Indonesia? A place where mighty rivers still serve as highways, where mist rises above untouched rainforest at dawn, where the wisdom of generations survives in longhouses built by hand, where nature, culture, and resilience come together to create a story far greater than anyone could imagine. Welcome to Lamandau, a remarkable regency in central Kalimantan that remains one of Indonesia's best-kept secrets. Most travelers searching for Indonesia dream about Bali. Others imagine the volcanoes of Java. Some venture toward the famous rainforests of Sumatra, but very few have ever discovered Lamandau. And that is exactly what makes it extraordinary, because some of the most incredible places on Earth are not the ones that appear on postcards. They are the places waiting patiently to be discovered. Located in the province of central Kalimantan on the island of Borneo, Lamandau Regency covers more than 6,400 square kilometers of diverse landscapes. Its administrative capital is Nangga Bulik, a growing town surrounded by rivers, forests, hills, and rich cultural traditions. Today, more than 112,000 people call Lamandau home. But the story of this regency is not merely measured by population statistics or geographic boundaries. Its story is measured by resilience. Its story is measured by identity. Its story is measured by a people who continue to preserve their heritage while embracing the future. The modern history of Lamandau officially began in 2002. For many years, this region was part of Kota Waringin Barat Regency. As communities expanded and local aspirations grew stronger, a new chapter emerged. Through Law No. 5 of 2002, Lamandau became an autonomous regency. On August 4, 2002, Lamandau officially stood on its own, with Nangga Bulik designated as its capital. The creation of Lamandau was more than an administrative change. It represented hope for better development, hope for stronger local governance, hope for improved infrastructure, and most importantly, hope that local communities would have greater opportunities to shape their own future. Today, that hope continues to drive the region forward. Geographically, Lamandau occupies a strategic position in western central Kalimantan. It shares borders with areas of Kota Waringin Barat and stretches toward Ketapang Regency in West Kalimantan. This location places Lamandau at an important crossroads between regions, cultures, and ecosystems. Yet perhaps the most fascinating aspect of Lamandau is not where it sits on a map. It is what exists within its borders. Imagine flying above Lamandau. Beneath you, endless shades of green stretch toward the horizon. Dense, tropical rainforests merge into rolling hills. Rivers twist through the landscape like silver ribbons. Small settlements emerge from the wilderness, connected by roads, waterways, and generations of history. The topography of Lamandau is incredibly diverse. The regency contains swamps, lowlands, uplands, and hills. Some areas feature gentle rolling terrain. Others reveal rugged landscapes shaped by ancient geological processes. This diversity creates habitats for countless species of plants and animals while supporting the livelihoods of local communities. Water is the lifeblood of Lamandau. Beneath the surface lies valuable groundwater that supports daily life. Above the surface, rivers dominate the landscape. And among all these waterways, one river stands above the rest: the Lamandau River. More than a river, it is the artery of the regency. For generations, the Lamandau River has provided transportation, food, water, and economic opportunity. Long before modern roads connected communities, rivers served as the primary transportation network. Boats traveled through dense forests, carrying people, goods, and stories from one settlement to another. Even today, rivers continue to play a vital role in local life. The Lamandau River branches into numerous tributaries, including the Bulik River, Samaliba River, Sebelimbingan River, and Dayak River. Together, they form a network that sustains communities throughout the region. Life here has always been deeply connected to water. The rhythm of the river often becomes the rhythm of daily life. But nature also commands respect. During periods of heavy rainfall, river systems can overflow, reminding residents of the immense power of the natural world. Living in Lamandau means understanding this balance. It means recognizing both the gifts and challenges that nature provides. The climate of Lamandau reflects its location within one of the world's great tropical rainforest regions. Rain falls throughout the year. Humidity remains high. Temperatures generally range between 23 and 34 degrees Celsius. This warm, wet environment creates ideal conditions for rich biodiversity. Every sunrise brings life to the rainforest. Birds call from towering trees. Insects hum through the undergrowth. Streams flow toward larger rivers, and countless species continue the ancient cycles that have existed here for thousands of years. The forests of Borneo are among the most biologically important ecosystems on Earth, and Lamandau plays a crucial role in protecting part of this extraordinary natural heritage. Yet Lamandau is not defined only by nature. Its soul is found in its people. For centuries, indigenous Dayak communities have lived across this region. Their traditions, knowledge, and cultural practices remain an essential part of Lamandau's identity. Visitors who come to Lamandau quickly discover that culture is not something preserved behind glass in a museum. It is alive, it is practiced, it is celebrated. One of the most iconic cultural symbols is the Rumah Panjang, or longhouse. These traditional structures are far more than buildings. They are living representations of community. Generations have shared stories, celebrations, ceremonies, and daily life within these remarkable homes. The architecture reflects a deep understanding of both environment and social harmony. Every beam, every platform, every design element tells a story of adaptation, a story of cooperation, a story of belonging. Traditional welcoming ceremonies further reveal the richness of local culture. Rituals such as Botopus, Banaik Banaki, Bagondang, and Ikat Tonggang offer visitors an opportunity to experience customs that have been passed down through generations. These ceremonies are not performances created for tourists. They are expressions of identity. They represent values of respect, hospitality, and community. In Lamandau, traditions remain woven into everyday life. One of the most immersive cultural experiences can be found in Penyomban Tourism Village. Here, visitors can witness the daily life of Dayak communities. They can learn traditional skills. They can taste local delicacies such as lomang. They can try traditional blowpipe hunting techniques known as menyumpit. Most importantly, they can gain a deeper appreciation for a way of life that has endured through centuries of change. Cultural preservation is not simply about remembering the past. It is about carrying wisdom into the future, and Lamandau demonstrates this beautifully. The region is also known for vibrant cultural festivals. Among the most famous are Babukung, Balaya Lanting, and Babantan Laman. These events transform communities into celebrations of identity, creativity, and tradition. Music fills the air. Traditional costumes display remarkable craftsmanship. Stories are shared across generations, and entire communities come together in a spirit of unity. These festivals remind us that culture thrives when people continue to celebrate it. For travelers seeking natural beauty, Lamandau offers experiences that feel almost untouched by modern tourism. The Lamandau River itself remains a destination worthy of exploration. Its winding course reveals spectacular scenery and opportunities to witness local life along the water. Bukit Lubang Kilat offers dramatic landscapes and panoramic views. Riam Sungai Delang showcases the beauty of rushing water surrounded by tropical vegetation. Air Terjun Silikan Garung rewards visitors with the sight of cascading water hidden within the forest. Bukit Kubau rises above the surrounding landscape, offering breathtaking perspectives of the region's natural beauty. Bukit Sebayan stands as another reminder that some of the most extraordinary viewpoints are often found far from crowded tourist routes. Then there are the rivers and streams that connect these destinations. Every bend reveals a new perspective. Every journey becomes an adventure. Every destination feels earned. For those interested in agriculture and rural tourism, Lamandau provides experiences that combine education, recreation, and sustainability. Visitors can explore Zazazizul Farm and harvest fresh fruits directly from the source. Oranges, dragon fruit, watermelon, bananas, papayas, durian, guava. The experience reconnects people with the origins of their food. Nearby flower gardens add vibrant color to the landscape, while deer conservation areas provide opportunities to observe local wildlife. Together, these attractions demonstrate how tourism can support communities while promoting environmental awareness. But perhaps the greatest attraction of Lamandau cannot be found on any map. It cannot be measured in kilometers. It cannot be counted in visitor statistics. It is the feeling of authenticity. In a world increasingly shaped by crowds, algorithms, and commercialization, authentic places are becoming rare. Lamandau remains authentic. Its rivers are real. Its forests are real. Its traditions are real. Its people are real. And that authenticity creates something powerful. It creates connection. The story of Lamandau is ultimately a story about balance. Balance between development and conservation. Balance between tradition and modernization. Balance between human ambition and environmental responsibility. As Indonesia continues to grow and evolve, regions like Lamandau remind us that progress does not require abandoning identity. Growth does not require forgetting history. Modernization does not require sacrificing heritage. The future can be built while honoring the past. That lesson may be one of Lamandau's greatest contributions to the world, because in this hidden corner of Borneo, surrounded by rainforest, rivers, and resilient communities, a powerful example is unfolding, an example of how local culture can survive, how nature can still inspire, how communities can thrive, and how forgotten places can become extraordinary destinations. So, the next time you look at a map of Indonesia, pause for a moment when your eyes reach central Kalimantan. Look beyond the famous destinations. Look beyond the headlines. Look beyond the places everyone already knows. Because there, hidden among the forests of Borneo, you will find Lamandau, a land shaped by rivers, a land protected by rainforest, a land enriched by culture, a land powered by resilience. And once you discover its story, you may wonder why the world has taken so long to notice. Lamandau is not simply a destination, it is a reminder that some of the greatest treasures on earth are still waiting to be found. Yet the deeper you explore Lamandau, the more you begin to understand that this regency is not merely a place, it is a living story. A story written not on paper, but across rivers, forests, villages, and generations of people who have shaped this land through perseverance and determination. Every community in Lamandau carries its own unique history. Every village preserves traditions that have survived through changing times. And every family contributes to the larger narrative of a region that continues to evolve while holding tightly to its roots. Travel through Lamandau and you quickly realize that time moves differently here, not slower, not faster, simply differently. The modern world certainly exists. Roads continue to improve, communication becomes easier, economic opportunities expand, yet there remains a strong connection to the rhythms of nature, the rising of the sun, the changing river levels, the arrival of seasonal rains, the planting and harvesting cycles that have sustained communities for generations. These rhythms continue to influence everyday life, and perhaps that is one of Lamandau's greatest strengths. In many places around the world, people have become disconnected from the natural systems that sustain them. In Lamandau, that connection remains visible. The forest is not viewed as something separate from human existence. The river is not merely a geographical feature. Nature is a partner in daily life, a source of livelihood, a source of identity, a source of wisdom. For centuries, indigenous communities developed knowledge systems that allowed them to live in harmony with their surroundings. They learned to read weather patterns. They understood the behavior of rivers. They recognized the medicinal properties of countless plants. They developed sustainable ways to utilize forest resources while ensuring future generations could continue to benefit from them. This knowledge represents an invaluable cultural treasure. In today's world, where environmental challenges are becoming increasingly urgent, such wisdom is more relevant than ever. The people of Lamandau remind us that sustainability is not a modern invention. For many indigenous communities, sustainability has always been a way of life. The forests surrounding Lamandau are part of one of the most important ecological regions on Earth. Borneo is recognized globally for its extraordinary biodiversity. Its rainforests rank among the oldest tropical forests in existence. Some scientists estimate that portions of these ecosystems are tens of millions of years old. Imagine that. Long before modern cities existed, long before many civilizations emerged, these forests were already thriving. Generation after generation of plants and animals evolved here, creating one of the richest ecosystems on the planet. Within these forests, countless species coexist. Towering trees stretch toward the sky. Rare orchids bloom beneath the canopy. Birds fill the air with their calls. Insects perform vital ecological functions that often go unnoticed. Every organism contributes to a delicate balance that has endured for millennia. Protecting this natural heritage is not only important for Lamandau, it is important for Indonesia, it is important for Southeast Asia, and ultimately, it is important for the world. Because healthy forests help regulate climate, they store carbon, they protect watersheds, they support biodiversity, and they provide resources that sustain communities. The future of places like Lamandau will play a significant role in the future of our planet. But environmental stewardship alone does not define this region. Human ambition is also helping shape a new chapter. Across Lamandau, development initiatives continue to improve quality of life. Education opportunities are expanding. Healthcare services are becoming more accessible. Infrastructure projects are improving connectivity between communities. These changes matter because development is ultimately about people. It is about creating opportunities for children to pursue their dreams. It is about ensuring families have access to essential services. It is about building a future where prosperity can be shared more broadly. And while challenges remain, the progress achieved over the past 2 decades reflects the determination of local communities and leaders to move forward. The transformation of Lamandau since becoming an autonomous regency demonstrates what can happen when communities are empowered to guide their own development. From a population of around 60,000 people in 2010 to more than 112,000 by 2024, the region has experienced significant growth. Growth brings opportunities, growth brings responsibility, and growth brings the challenge of preserving what makes a place special. For Lamandau, that challenge is especially important because its greatest assets cannot simply be replaced. Ancient forests cannot be recreated overnight. Traditional knowledge cannot be rebuilt once lost. Cultural heritage cannot be recovered if forgotten. Preservation and progress must move together, and in Lamandau, that balance continues to shape the future. There is also something deeply inspiring about communities that remain optimistic despite obstacles. Life in remote regions is not always easy. Distance can create challenges. Weather can disrupt transportation. Economic opportunities may be limited compared to larger urban centres. Yet resilience remains one of Lamandau's defining characteristics. People adapt. Communities cooperate. Families support one another. Solutions emerge through collective effort. This spirit of resilience has been present throughout the region's history. It helped communities thrive in challenging environments. It supported the creation of a new regency, and it continues to drive progress today. Perhaps that is why visitors often leave Lamandau with more than photographs. They leave with perspective. They leave with appreciation. They leave with a renewed understanding of what truly matters. Because places like Lamandau encourage reflection. They remind us that success is not measured only by skyscrapers or economic statistics. Success can also be measured by strong communities, by cultural continuity, by environmental stewardship, by the ability to pass something meaningful to the next generation. And when viewed through that lens, Lamandau possesses extraordinary wealth. Not wealth measured in currency, but wealth measured in values. The value of heritage, the value of community, the value of resilience, the value of connection. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, destinations like Lamandau may become more important than ever, not because they offer escape from reality, but because they help us reconnect with it. They remind us where food comes from, where water comes from, where culture comes from, where identity comes from. In a rapidly changing world, those reminders are powerful. And so the story of Lamandau continues. Every sunrise over the Lamandau River begins a new chapter. Every child attending school represents new possibilities. Every cultural ceremony preserves ancient traditions. Every visitor who discovers this region helps share its story with the wider world. The future has not yet been written, but one thing is clear. Lamandau possesses all the ingredients necessary for a remarkable future. Natural beauty, cultural richness, strategic potential, community resilience, and perhaps most importantly, people who care deeply about the place they call home. That combination is powerful, because when people believe in their future, extraordinary things become possible, and that is exactly why Lamandau deserves attention. Not as a forgotten corner of Indonesia, not as a place hidden in the shadow of more famous destinations, but as a region with its own identity, its own achievements, and its own extraordinary story, a story that continues to unfold every single day in the heart of Borneo, a story of rivers and rainforests, of tradition and transformation, of challenges and opportunities, of heritage and hope, and above all, a story of people whose determination continues to shape the future of Lamandau, ensuring that this remarkable land remains not only a treasure of central Kalimantan, but a source of inspiration for generations yet to come.